Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. Linda here from ITTT with my morning coffee. Because if you've watched me before, if you've seen me before in one of our lives, you know I am in South Korea and it's currently 10 a.m. Friday morning. So I'm having my morning coffee and I'm going to have a chat with you guys. So if you can see me, if you can hear me, if everything's working well, please just drop a hi or something into the comment box. I would really appreciate it. Hello. Back for another live session this week. As you know, or you might not know, we at ITTT, we go live every week, twice. Me on Fridays or maybe Thursdays, depending on where you're watching from. And my colleague Lisa, she goes live every Tuesday. And today it's my turn. Actually, Lisa did... She went live, on Tuesday and then also on Saturday last week because she had a really interesting guest last session. So if you missed that, you should definitely check it out. It's in our playlist on Facebook. We go live on Facebook at the same time and YouTube at the same time, right? So maybe we get some watchers from some people watching from YouTube and Facebook. So That's the gist. And basically what Lisa did last week on Saturday, it was really cool. She went live with one of her friends who's currently teaching English in China as a non-native English speaker. So if that's something, that interests you, teaching English in China or teaching English abroad as a non-native English speaker, then I highly recommend tuning into Lisa's live sessions because she knows a lot about that, so I highly recommend it. Hi, Juliana. Hey there. Good to see you again. Hello. Hi, Youssef from Algeria. Awesome. We also have Ibrahim here. Hi there. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Oh, Juliana, thank you. I love your outfit today. Thanks. Yeah, it's spring in Korea, and I love spring. Spring is my favorite, especially in Korea. So I thought I'd wear something, floral for spring, groundbreaking, but Thanks so much. You're so sweet. So where is everybody watching from today? So we have Algeria. Ibrahim, where are you at? I know Juliana is in Illinois, right? So cool. Yeah, so I'm about an hour and a half south of Seoul. Today's a bit gloomy outside. Yesterday was beautiful. The weather was so nice. I'm super excited. But today, But, that kind of weather, because I'm sitting right in front of a window. It's actually really nice light for today, so I appreciate it. Hey, Brett. Good to see you again. Hi. We have Harish. Hey there. And Moses again as well. Hey, Moses. Cool. That's so awesome. How's everybody doing today? Brett from California. I'm so jealous. I used to live in San Diego. I miss it so much. Ibrahim is from Morocco. That's awesome. Great. Okay. Well, today we are going to talk about why now is the perfect time to take a TEFL course, even if you're not leaving to go abroad to teach yet. So that's our topic for today, because I think a lot of people are wondering, is now a good time to take a TEFL course with everything considered, or should I wait, or what should I do? I think a lot of people are unsure, so I wanted to take this opportunity to tell you now is the perfect time. And why. I'm going to go into 5 reasons why you should take a TEFL course right now, even if you're not leaving yet. So that's on the agenda today. Before we jump in, please don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss any of our live sessions in the future. And also, very important, there is a 30% off opportunity right here if you see this QR code, you can scan that at any time during this live or when you rewatch it as well, and you can receive a 30% off discount. And for people who cannot scan the link, I'm going to share, who can't scan the QR code, I'm going to share the link into the comment box. There we go. So it looks like this. So you click on that, and then it goes straight to the application page. You can fill out the application, and then on the next page, once you fill out the application, you'll see your discounted price on there. So also this is valid, for any time. It doesn't expire, so you can come back to it. You can sign up later. You can sign up today, whenever you feel ready, right? So there we go. Cool. What else before we jump in? I think that's about it. Yeah. So just don't forget to like and subscribe. I think that's very important. Like I said, my colleague Lisa goes live every Tuesday. She's a non-native English teacher from Russia. So that's very interesting for people who are also non-native English speakers, because she's an amazing English teacher. She has had an amazing career teaching abroad. She lived in China and Thailand. Now she's back home in Russia. She's teaching mostly online nowadays. So she knows a lot about teaching online, teaching in China as a non-native English speaker. Also a lot of like online lesson planning stuff. So even I get my ideas from her. She's amazing. Actually, yeah, she did a live about teaching online platforms this week on Tuesday. It was really great. And she did one before, I think it was like February. And after I saw that, I actually signed up to a teaching platform, and I've started teaching because of her suggestions. So check her out. She's great. Cool. Then we have Khan watching from Vietnam. Hey there. Thanks so much for tuning in. And we have a question from Rebecca. Do these certifications ever expire? Good question. So let me show you, before we jump in, let me show you my certificate real quick. I always have them right next to me during the live. I have a couple. I have, this one is the standard 120-hour TEFL certification. And no, they do never expire. So they're good for life. They never expire. And what's great about these is that they have this unique identification number right here, so that you, or especially your employer, wherever you apply, can come to the ITTT website and they can type this number in to make sure that it is a real certificate, that it's really you who got the certificate, because there's a lot of people who actually fake and Photoshop TEFL certificates. So this is how we work against that. We issue unique certification numbers, different for every certificate. So you can punch that in on the ITTT website, and your employer as well, so that you can make sure, and your employer can make sure, especially, that this is a legit certificate. And that you also, it's you who took the course. So yeah, they never expire. So that's a great thing. And I think it's great to, have multiple certificates, obviously. So I have the main one, and then I also have the specializations. We have teaching business English here. We have teaching English to young learners. And I also have the teaching English online certificate. But I don't have it here in my thing here, but I don't remember where I put it. Because I used it the other day. I made like copies of it, and then I misplaced it, so I need to find it, but I have that too. Anyway, that's that right off the bat. So then let me just get rid of all the stuff here. Okay, let's jump right in. As always, me, I like to prepare some visuals for you guys, and also what did I want to say? Yeah, feel free to ask questions at any time, even if it's not related to what we're talking about today. Anything teaching related, Korea related, because I live in Korea, or Asia in general, TEFL, TESOL, whatever, you can ask at any time. But there'll also be a Q&A at the end, If you want to wait and see, you can ask questions later as well. So don't be shy. As you know, I like to have my live sessions as sort of an exchange. I like to have a dialogue with you guys. So it's not just me talking. I want to also hear more about you and your goals and your TEFL journey and your experience and things like that. So anyway, yeah, why you should take a TEFL course right now, even if you are not leaving yet. That's what we're talking about today. But first, let me just introduce myself real quick. So my name is Linda. I am originally from Germany/USA. So my mom is German, my dad is American, but I was born and raised in Germany, spent most of my time there, but then I also finished my bachelor's degree. I went to college in San Diego, which was super, super nice. And yeah, I'm also a travel writer and content creator under my own name, Linda Goes East. East because I've been based in Asia since pretty much 2012. First China, then Korea. And yeah, I write about my experience living and teaching and traveling in Asia on my website, lindagoeseast.com, so you can check that out if you're interested. And also hit me up on social media. You can find me at Linda Goes East. I've been based in South Korea since 2015. And it's been fun. I taught full-time my first year in Korea, and then I transitioned to working for ITTT full-time. So now I'm a TEFL and TESOL marketing professional at ITTT. That stands for International TEFL and TESOL Training. And you can find us on the web at www.teflcourse.net. And on Instagram, we are at International TEFL Training. Hit us up. We share a lot of new content recently, especially on Instagram, a lot of like interesting stories and interesting posts. So check that out. Give us a follow. We really appreciate it. We also have our own hashtag. It's called hashtag my TEFL adventure. My TEFL adventure. Let me just share that. My TEFL adventure. So if you're on Instagram, I highly recommend tagging your posts with hashtag my TEFL adventure, and you can get featured every Friday. So today you can get featured on our stories. We like to do that, keep in touch with our grads. We always love to see what they're up to. So please, if you are doing something interesting, even if it's not interesting to you, it might be interesting to others to see. So please share, we'd love to see what you're up to. Hashtag my TEFL adventure on Instagram. All right. Then, ITTT is a leading TEFL and TESOL course provider. We have a ton of different course options. And I know I got asked that last time. Please do a live about the different course options, and I will. I've done one. I did one in like October last year, I think. But we have been going through some changes. We're tweaking some courses here and there. So I'm just waiting to kind of have these changes finalized to then do a new live about the courses, the changes, and stuff like that. So it is coming. It is coming very soon. And we're open worldwide. We also have InClass TEFL centers worldwide, online courses and combined courses. So a great variety, something for everybody. Right? Okay, then. We're jumping right in. Usually I put this slide twice. So anyway, too fast. Why you should take a TEFL course right now, even if you're not leaving yet. So please let me know in the comments real quick who is already TEFL certified and who isn't. And maybe you're thinking about taking a specialized course or like an add-on course. Let me know who's already certified and who isn't. I would really like to know before we jump in so that I can get an idea of what sort of crowd I'm dealing with. And I'm going to have some more coffee meanwhile. All right. We have good person here who's already TEFL certified. Okay, great. What kind of TEFL certificate do you have? Do you have the 120 hours? Okay, Juliana says TESOL. I'm TESOL certified. Great. So some people might be like TEFL certified. Some people might be TESOL certified. It always depends, where usually you are from. The acronym TESOL is mostly used in the US and I believe in Australia. TEFL is more used in the UK, I think, and in South Africa, I believe. So it depends on the region. But they mean the same thing, and the training is also the same. Okay, great. Moses is TEFL certified, good person, 220 hour. Oh, great, cool. So that's basically, that's this right here. Me too. Cool, okay. Awesome. Okay, so maybe you can share some of your own comments and experiences for what I'm going to talk about next to help others also make the decision. Maybe we can do like that. Okay, Khan says, I am TESOL certified. The course from ITTT was so interesting. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Great. Okay. All right, then let's look at the first reason why you should take a TEFL course right now, even if you're not leaving yet. And then maybe the people who are already certified can share some of their thoughts to that reason, or maybe that also applied to them, right? Okay. So the first reason that I want to mention is that taking a TEFL course right now, or a TESOL course, it makes sense from a financial standpoint. And now you're going to be like, what? A TEFL course costs money? How does that make sense from a financial standpoint? Okay, hear me out. So when it comes to moving abroad to teach, there are basically three main expenses. The first one is your TEFL certificate. Then we have transportation, flights, and then we have the basic startup costs to help you through until your first paycheck. So those are the three main expenses that you're going to have to deal with when you move abroad, right? So, okay, some jobs, of course, they cover transportation costs, but some don't. So this depends on, where you're going to work. And basically, it costs anywhere, depending on where you're moving, and where you're moving from, how expensive is the flight, how expensive is housing where you are going to live, etc., etc. But it's going to cost you a couple of $1,000s usually to move abroad, to make that journey, right? So we usually recommend to register for your TEFL certification course anywhere from 1 year to 6 months before your desired date of departure. I actually recommend a minimum of 1 year before, even maybe earlier, especially nowadays because we're not really sure when we can move abroad. I think definitely 1 year or even a year and a half, 2 years before you want to move is a great timeline. And so basically what you want to do, and what I mean with it makes sense from a financial standpoint, is that you want to split up your main expenses, right? So first, you would get that TEFL certificate cost out of the way. A year and a half before you're leaving, you have that, right? So you don't have to worry about that anymore. Then you can focus on your transportation, flight costs that would come next, maybe 6 months before you're leaving. And then you can spend 6 months before your departure on figuring out your basic startup costs. Maybe you already have some savings, maybe you don't. If you don't, you could take that time to start working online, for example, and I'm going to talk about that at the end as well. But you can take some time and figure out how you're going to get your startup costs in those last maybe 6 months leading up to your departure. So that's what I mean by it makes sense from a financial standpoint, because you want to get your TEFL or TESOL certificate as early as possible so you can get that part of the costs already out of the way. If you wait and you do everything at the same time, you're going to have one huge expense and you might be overwhelmed financially. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Let me know what you think. Also, the people who already took the course, does that sound right? Just let me know. But that's typically how it goes and what we recommend. And especially nowadays, like I said, I think a minimum of 1 year before your departure. That's a really good timeline to start looking into options. And I know a lot of you are doing that, because you come back here week after week after week. You're getting as much information as you can, and that's really great. So I know a lot of you who aren't certified yet are doing that, and you are in that phase. And so yeah, I just want to mention real quick again that we have that 30% off, right? So yeah, now is a great time to take a TEFL course. Really great. So take advantage of that. Wait, I wanted to share the link one more time. Yeah, here. So 30% off. That's a really great deal that you're gonna get, okay? Makes even more sense to take a course now to get that 30% off. All right. Good. Then if there are no comments, I'm just going to move on to the next reason. Feel free to, leave your comments at any time, no problem. So that was the first one from a financial point of view. Now we're going to talk about a little bit more logistically, basically. So you want to get started on your job search and take advantage of as many options as possible as early in advance as you can, okay? So it's important to keep in mind that it can take between 3 and 6 months to line up a teaching position abroad. Sometimes even longer, depending on, if you're thinking about like teaching programs, like the Korean EPIC program, Talk program, the Japanese JET program. Many of those programs, they actually hire even more in advance, like up to a year in advance. So think about that. Think about where you want to go, and adjust your timeline accordingly. Again, the earlier you start thinking about that, the earlier you complete your TEFL course, you are ready to apply, and you are able to take advantage of as many options as possible, as more options if you get certified earlier, right? So for example, like someone wants to teach English in, let's say, like Costa Rica, right? They get their main hiring seasons, we talked about that before, I think it's like August, July, right? But you take your course in June, you start thinking about going abroad to Costa Rica. You take your TEFL course in June. Are you going to be ready in July and August to go to Costa Rica to take advantage of the hiring season? No, probably not. So keep that in mind. Hit us up. Our team will be able to let you know exactly when's the right time to go where you want to go, so that you can plan out your timeline. And even like around half of ITTT course participants, they haven't even decided on a destination upon signing up. So they know they want to teach English abroad or maybe online. They sign up, but they don't really know where to go yet. So during that time of taking the TEFL course, they consult with our consultants and our team to find the perfect fit for their destination. Also, some people, they come to us obviously with having a very clear idea where they want to teach, but then along the way, along the TEFL journey, they find out, Italy doesn't seem to be a great fit for me. I actually want to go to Vietnam to teach. So keep that in mind, right? So yeah, get started on your job search and take advantage of as many options as possible. The earlier you do it, the better. So that's from a logistical point of view. All right. Good person says, I would like to teach English in China, and I'm doing my best to find a job there. Oh, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. China is great. China is great. There's so many opportunities. If you don't just stick to Beijing and Shanghai, where everybody wants to go, just be more flexible, broaden your horizon, go to other cities, then I'm sure you can find a job for sure. And also, watch some of Lisa's lives, especially the one from Saturday. If you haven't seen it, I think you have. I think I've seen you in the comments there. So maybe you got some really interesting information from that live session with a ITTT course grad who is currently teaching in China. Okay. All right. Then we are moving on to reason number 3. And I think this is actually one of the most important ones, especially for people like me who like to procrastinate, put off important work. This one is very, very powerful and important. So, why you should take a TEFL course right now. Taking the first step of enrolling in your TEFL certification course gives you then more time to think about teaching abroad. So what I mean by that is, once you take the first step of enrolling and starting your TEFL course, you're already so much closer to your goals of living and working abroad. Because we all know how hard it is to take that first step, right? We dream about moving abroad, living abroad to teach. It's great. It's a dream. But once you decide to take a TEFL course, you enroll, this is your first step. Now your adventure starts and your mindset is going to completely change, right? Because first, it was just a dream. It's just something you want to do. It's a dream. But once you start your TEFL course, it started. You're living the dream. You're starting to live the dream, right? Okay, that's what I mean. So your mental state is going to change dramatically. And you're going to feel super motivated and energized, to get this going. And I think that's a very important reason. Because otherwise, maybe you're just putting it off. You're putting it off. Oh, now is not a good time. Now is not a good time. Oh, I'm so busy right now. I can't finish the course right now. I'm going to wait. Well, when is the perfect time? There might never be the perfect time how you imagine it, right? So, yeah, I think this is such a powerful reason. Yeah, I hope I'm making sense. But from a mental point of view, right? This, I think, is very, very important. And even in a situation like this, a lot of people are like, oh, why should I take a TEFL course right now with like everything going on with the pandemic? Actually, now is a great time because you're probably going to spend a lot of time at home anyway. You can take an online course. You can probably even finish it much faster, or you have more time to do a lot more research, to do a lot more in-depth self-study, to get a lot more information. You have more time maybe to research things. So now is actually a really great time because you can get as much information. There's so much available with our lives, not even our lives, our blog, not even us. Like there's so many other resources, you can take specialized courses additionally. Yeah, so now I think I start rambling, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean, right? So, yeah, I think this reason is very powerful. What do you think? How did you feel once you signed up for your TEFL course? Everybody else, did you also feel more motivated and like you're finally, getting somewhere, like you're starting your dream, you're building your dream life? That's definitely how I felt. I was super motivated once I started my TEFL course, because once you start that, you can then like think about everything that's gonna come after, right? So I took my TEFL course while I was already teaching in China, and I wanted to move to South Korea. So while taking the course, this was my first step, like, to Korea, right? So I was thinking about, oh, I want to get this done, I want to go to Korea, like, this is great. I was really in a really, really great mindset, basically. Okay. Yeah. I hope I'm making sense. I'm not getting a lot of responses, but it's cool. It's cool. I see there's people watching. I appreciate you. So, yeah. All right. Can I move on? I think I'm going to move on now to the next one. All right. Let's move on. Hello. Okay, good. Then reason number 4, we have connect with fellow ITTT students and travelers. So the earlier you sign up, with a TEFL course, you can get in touch with fellow students, fellow course takers, and also grads from all over the world and other world travelers. And that's really a great way to exchange your thoughts and make new friends before you even arrive in your new destination. So we have a really, really big network of ITTT grads. You can find and reach out to them on our Facebook page, for example. We have a review section, so you can check that out, and get in touch with people. Or also our blog is a really, really great resource. When you go to teflcourse.net/blog, we have a lot of alumni reports from people teaching in Japan under the JET program. We have people teaching in, I think there was one girl really interesting in Colombia. We have people teaching in Hong Kong, really everywhere, Argentina, China, Korea. There's so many interesting people out there that share their experience on our blog, and you can reach out to them. If that's something that you're interested in going to Argentina, you can reach out to that ITTT grad. Most of them are very, very, interested in helping others, also figuring out their journey. We are also affiliated with a lot of our course grads who moved on to amazing careers, and they have started, their online platforms. We have a lot of people on YouTube, TikTok, bloggers, Instagrammers who are ITTT course grads, and they're documenting their journey on their socials, and they loved their experience with ITTT, so they affiliated with us, and they're now sharing their experience on their platforms to get other people to sign up. So we have that as well. So that's always a great way. Or, just even Google like teaching English in Korea, and maybe you even find my site. I wrote a lot about teaching English in Korea, and I always welcome people emailing me and asking me about what it's like, what I would recommend, how I did it. And I always like to share my thoughts and advice to others. And there's so many other bloggers or, influencers who do the same. So, yeah, that's definitely a great way to get started with your TEFL journey. And also, maybe along the way, like I said before, you come into this thinking like, oh yeah, I want to go to China to teach. Love it, want to go to China 100%. And then you realize with talking maybe with other people, you're like, oh, actually, this doesn't sound like something I would enjoy. There's the culture just seems like very different. I think I want to go to Peru, for example. That seems like a better fit. And then you can reach out to people from there. So, yeah. All right. Then I think we're moving on to the last reason that I have for you today. And it's a very, very, very good and important reason. So, basically, and I touched on that before, so you can make money teaching English online. The sooner you sign up for your TEFL course, the sooner you're done with that, you can start applying for your adventure abroad. And while you're waiting for that, you can start by teaching English online. That, for one, you gain valuable experience that will prove extremely useful for your teaching job in the actual classroom later on abroad, but also you earn some money on the side that you can then use for your adventure abroad to, for example, cover those startup costs. Because typically the first month, it can be a little bit rough because you are starting a new job. So you're waiting for your first salary. The time until then, you need to have some kind of start capital. So teaching online is a great way to sort of, earn some money to get you through that first month. Or even if you're moving to a country where you have to interview in person, you have to move there. You have to go there for the interview process. So you pack all your things, you go to that country. That's very typical in parts of Europe and also parts of South America. So if you're interested in teaching there, you typically have to just go there during the main hiring season and then interview and find a job there. So that can take some time, right? So you need to have money to cover those costs. Staying in a hotel, in a hostel, guest house, wherever, food, transportation costs, all of those things. So the sooner you finish your TEFL course, the sooner you can start making money to make your transition to go abroad easier, right? And teaching English online is just such a great way to do that. I also, because of the pandemic, I started teaching English online in March or February. It was really great. I still do it. It's really fun. You get to know so many interesting people. I think it's even more interesting because of the people like you meet. It's really interesting. So I love that. And obviously it's also, money on the side. So that's great. But yeah, keep that in mind. Okay, we have a comment here from Good Person. Linda, I wish if it is possible to have some conferences online and offline where can other English teachers all over the world to share their experiences. Yeah, I'm sure there is something like that already. I know that some Facebook groups do that. I know I mentioned Facebook groups every live, but Facebook groups are great. There are Facebook groups for teaching English teachers in Korea, for example, English teachers in Peru, whatever. There's a Facebook group for that. And that's where you can exchange information as well. So that's also a great resource for sure. Okay. So those were my 5 reasons why now is a great time to take a TEFL course. I hope it made some sense. I hope I was able to help you maybe make a decision. And so now we're moving on to the Q&A part. And don't forget the 30% off. So you can scan that QR code, or you can just go to this link straight away, fill out your application, and you can get 30% off any ITTT TEFL course. That actually should also be a reason why now is a great time to take a TEFL course. So, yeah. Now let's take some time to do a Q&A. You can ask me all your questions you have about teaching abroad, TEFL, TESOL, whatever you want to know. I'm going to take a couple of minutes before I'm signing off to answer all your questions. So here we are. And I'm just going to show you until we have a question, because there is a delay between me talking and you seeing it. Just want to show you again the certificates, what they look like, and I'm going to make myself a little bit bigger. I showed them at the beginning, but maybe there's some people who didn't see. So this is what the ITTT TEFL certificate looks like. Can you see? Like that. It looks really nice. And even this one is, I think, 6 or 7 years old, and it still looks like new. It's really nice. It's very nice, like thick paper. It's really nice. And like I mentioned earlier, it has this unique identification number that you can use to verify that this is a legit certificate, and also your employers can use that to verify that it's a legit certificate. So yeah, that's what they look like. Very, very nice. ITTT certificates. And this is the 120-hour one. So this is the one that we usually recommend to get, as a standard first step, basically. That's also what I did. I got this one. And then I think the next one that I got was the Teaching English to Young Learners. So because I was teaching mostly children, and also when I moved to Korea, I taught kindergarten and elementary. So I thought this was a great add-on to get. And then I also got the Teaching Business English certificate, which also looks like this. And I actually started teaching business English after that as well. And that really helped me because it's obviously very different teaching children versus business executives. So definitely great. And I also got the Teaching English Online specialization. But like I said, I misplaced that certificate because I took some copies of that a couple of days ago. And then I put it somewhere and I can't find it right now. But yeah. And then I started teaching English online as well. All right, we have a question from Brett. Possible required reading. It was suggested that I purchase the Practice of English Language Teaching and English Grammar and Use books. Should I buy them now or use in tandem with my course? Okay. So I know that I don't have these books, actually, but English Grammar in Use, I heard, is really, really good. And Lisa has that one. So my colleague, and she does the live sessions on Tuesday. She might also have the other one, but I know she has English Grammar in Use, and she loves that book. She loves that book. So it's really, yeah, I definitely recommend it. You can use that, and if it's anything like, I have a book there, it's Korean Grammar in Use. So if it's anything like that, it's super, super useful. Super useful, for sure. And you can like photocopy pages out of it, or even just for the explanations, even not for making any photocopies for your students, but just for yourself, the explanations, how the different grammar things work, I think is very, very useful. It's definitely useful for that. What course did you sign up for, Brett? Let me know. Okay. So great. Oh, and Brett, where do you want to teach? In Korea, right? In Korea. Do you want to go with the EPIC program or private school? Do you already know? I would love to know. I have a lot of friends who, teach in both. So a lot of friends who teach under the EPIC program in public schools, and then a lot of friends who work in private schools. It both has like pros and cons, right? So. You signed up for the InClass course. Cool. Where? In the US? Or which one? In Seoul? We have a new one in Seoul. It's quite new. Super interesting. Or exciting to have one now in Korea. It's cool. I hope you can hear me. I'm talking quite. Oh, in Rome. Wow. That's so cool. When are you going? I think you told me last time. I forgot. I'm sorry. I remember now. In Rome. Oh my gosh, I love Rome. Have you ever been before? Beautiful. And I think now is actually a great time because there might not be that many tourists. So now is a great time, I think, to see it with like less people. When I went, I think 2 years ago or 3 years ago. 2 or 3 years ago in August or July, and it was packed. Oh yeah, early July. So exciting. Oh, I'm so excited for you. I want to come too. That's so cool. Okay. So what made you decide to take an in-class course versus an online course? Maybe you can share with others. What made you decide to go with an in-class course? Because most people do take an online course just for flexibility and also the price. But yeah, let us know, Brett, why you chose an in-class course over the online one. We're all interested to know. Just waiting for Brett's answer. I hope he's still here. Oh man. But Rome, oh my god. Italy in general, right? Italy is just a fairy tale. Oh yeah, I need to start living my life and I want to travel. That's so great. Love that. Proud of you. I'm proud of you. Awesome, cool. But last time didn't you say you wanted to teach, or you're interested in teaching English in Korea? Are you now interested in teaching English in Italy or just wherever? What about everybody else? Where would you like to teach? Here. Where would you like to teach everybody else? Let us know. I would actually, so what I really would like to do, because I do have a full-time job, I would like to do some kind of volunteer teaching for a month in like Southeast Asia. That's what I really want to do. Or South America. Like, I want to spend a month in like Vietnam and volunteer teach. That would be so awesome. Or like Cambodia, something like that. Or even like somewhere really tropical. like in the Philippines or something with a nice beach. I don't know. But that's what I would like to do. Or South America. I've always really wanted to go to Peru. That would be great. So just like a month, volunteer teach at a school. I would really like that. That would be so cool. Okay, Brett says, I'm not familiar with the different hiring agencies, but I do know that I'd like to start as soon as possible. Okay, cool. All right. Well, fingers crossed. Good luck for you. Sounds like a great plan. It sounds like you're like open, flexible. So I think there's nothing in the way. That nothing stands in your way. I think you're good to go. Good luck to you. Sounds really awesome. Okay. Well, if there are no more questions in today's Q&A section, I might sign off, but you know me, I'll be back next week. And if you watched last week's live, it was about teaching English in Asia, and I talked about, I think it was 7 different countries, the countries with like the most demand, and I'm going to do the same thing for Europe, probably next week. So if you're interested in teaching English in Europe, I know it was a request. I think even Brett maybe requested it. I don't remember. Somebody requested, do teaching English in Europe. So I'm going to do that probably next week. So stay tuned for that. Again, please like and subscribe so that you do not miss any of our live sessions. And you can hit me up at Linda Goes East on social media. Send me a message on Instagram if you have any topic ideas, topic suggestions, or just any questions that you have in general. I'd really love to have a chat with you. And yeah. What do you want to do? Okay. Just make this bigger one more time for anybody who wants to scan the QR code real quick. Please do that. And get the discount code from the comment box. You can get 30% off. Another great reason to start your TEFL journey now, just like Brett, who is going to Rome in July. I'm so excited for you, Brett. Low-key jealous, not gonna lie, but please eat all the gelato and all the pasta for me. Yeah, love that. All right, thank you guys. Brett says, thank you, Linda. Love these sessions. Thank you, Brett. Good person. Thank you, Linda, for everything. Thank you. I hope today was interesting. And yeah, I forgot to mention, if you're interested in podcasts, we always turn our live sessions into audio-only podcast episodes. You can find us on Google Podcasts, Spotify, iTunes, all these podcast platforms. And if you've downloaded an episode and you're listening to this, thank you so much for downloading. We appreciate it. And please, guys, stay safe. And I see you guys next week, okay? I hope. Please tune in again next week. And then I'm signing off. Thank you, guys. And bye-bye.